but that time is playing Anton Korobov, who normally plays for a win, and we see e3. Okay, this is a clear sign. He wants to avoid theory, but he wants a game.
Yeah, and it is really perfectly healthy. It also shouldn't give much or anything at all if black treats it with the respect it. I mean, if you try being extremely disrespectful, you could not equalize. But generally speaking, well, black should be completely fine. I wonder what Anton means. He still has the option of playing the Zuckertort.
A6 Magnus Carlsen.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a strange one. I think he is trying to say to Anton, come on, I'm giving you all the time in the world. Play something normal, like play the QGA against me now.
Very nice move. Look at
A6,
this.
so B3, Bishop F5. You just want to get out. E6 will be next. And Bishop A3 by Anton Korobov.
Interesting move, huh?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you want to prevent black from going E6. Well, actually, you can castle. Yeah, I mean that's the main point.
I think this will be a very annoying version for black, because in the Schlechter you actually very often want to trade that light squared bishop for the knight on F3 as early as possible, because it's your worst piece. You don't know what to do with it, and we have already spent a tempo playing bishop F5. So yeah, like G6, C4, C6, knight C3. I think it will be I mean, as long as I don't blunder Queen A5. Let's maybe make sure we don't blunder Queen A5 sooner. But yeah, let's start with finishing development. And yeah, Magnus just goes A6. Yeah, Magnus is not a fan of this particular Schlechter.
Yeah, no, that's not a big surprise.
Yeah.
As white, we can go C4. We can start with Bishop E2, because Bishop D3 is a bit too soft, I would say.
Honestly, the more I look at this, the more I feel like this was kind of fancy, but a little bit too fancy. I think this is a healthy position for black. Yes, the king is on F8, but okay, so he just kept the king on F8 and went with H5, H4 just to include the rook in the game this way.
Knight C6 is so funny.
Yeah, Knight C6 is not a move I would have considered very heavily. Yeah, very unusual.
Knight C3 just Korobov is just ignoring this push. Just really doesn't care. Knight E4, C1, rook H6.
Yeah, Magnus also is postponing H4, H3, like for the time being. The lessons of AlphaZero are being ignored. Yeah, and C takes D5 played. I assume we never trade on C3 voluntarily. I assume we always just snap take on D5 back, right? Our knight on E4 is our best piece. So what happens if I take on E4? Do we take with the bishop or the pawn? If you take with the pawn, you really are kind of busted positionally, but maybe you give mate, right? This would be the equation here. Do you trust that, let's say, knight d2, queen g5, you will have enough of an attack to justify opening yourself up to all kinds of bad things long term?
Yeah. It's quite amazing, actually, in this game. Magnus has broken every single opening rule possible, right? He's not castled his king. He's put his knight on c6 in a queen's pawn opening. He's throwing his flank pawns down the board, but somehow it makes sense. But my intuition tells me that this shouldn't be that good for black. Like long term down the c file, I feel like there might be some issue. I wouldn't love being black here, I don't think. But then again, I don't see anything particularly good for white.
Okay, he played knight d2 at the end of the day. Takes queen d6. Yeah, but to be fair, I think Korobov is a perfect opponent for Magnus, just because he's going for it, and Magnus is so good in this kind of against this kind of people who just tying something and then he can have some counterplay. And we saw it. Perfect example was the match against Nepo. At the end of the match, especially tying all kind of stuff, and well, that was not. So knight a4, and yeah, I don't know what he did actually. That was weird. Oh, weird.
This whole game is just incredibly strange. Just everything about it. But yeah. It's just the weirdest game.
Except the result, maybe. But...
No, the result is very normal. But yeah, just takes on 8. It makes it look so easy. Queen d2, bishop e4, b6.
You always stopped. That's really sad, actually.
Same move.
Same move.
Yeah, it's just bishop.
It's less fancy. bishop h7. He wants queen e4, queen e3 is so tricky. So if you go queen a2 now, I go here. I'm threatening mate. You have to play f3, I think. Check. Rook f2, and now I can collect, but that's much. It's very different version from the other one, obviously.
Winning,
yeah. So clever move by the world champion. And actually, we see the computer evaluation, and well, that was probably the best. This is him. Talef is there. He's watching the game. The white shirt.
This is Talef? Let's have a look.
This is Talef.
In the white shirt?
With a bird. Yeah, with a bird.
Are you sure it's Talef and not the Messiah?
I'm sure it's Talef.
You're sure that's Talef and not the second coming?
I'm sure it's Talef.
Okay.
Rook e1 played by Anton Korobov against Magnus Carlsen. How do we do it? Queen e4, so? Queen e4 anyway?
Queen e4, bishop f1.
Queen f3? How fancy is that?
Very fancy.
Very fancy.
Very, very over this position, actually.
Yeah, and now you have to offer me an exchange of queens, and then...
But he's not going to play that position.
No. So queen e4, you have to go f3, but now it's...
No, it's just finito. Wow.
That?
Yeah, but rook h e6.
Yeah, playing on the pin, yeah?
Yeah. Bishop d3.
Oh, my. Yeah. Wow, amazing, yeah? How he can win such games. I mean, come on. This is move 24. Yeah, very impressive game by Magnus Carlsen. I guess queen e4, I really don't see a move here. But he's taking his time.
Yeah, why rush? He's got 20 minutes or some 18 minutes, so plenty of time. In other news,
tell me.
You know, on board, so Offerspiel have really got a good chance today to win a very tight match rating-wise. Apart from board one, the rest of the games are, I mean, the rating we're talking about almost identical across the board. Even, well, bottom board, there's a bit of an imbalance, but if Offerspiel win, they have a chance.
Yeah, of course. With Magnus, it will be third win in a row. I mean, you know, when he starts winning, the machine is hard to stop.
It really is.
So could be an extra point for every match. What did he play, Magnus Carlsen? He played queen e4, of course. I think mate in one. f3 will come because bishop f1, queen f3, you can resign. I really think you can resign here. So Anton, we play f3 because there is nothing else. And he did play f3. I guess Magnus will win. Will play queen e3. I don't think there's something better than that. The line we saw was played actually. Okay. Yeah, that's just exchange and pawn up. You may lose one pawn in the mix, but yeah. No. Anton will and Magnus will win. That's almost 100% sure. Okay.
Because Magnus is completely winning. Aryan is
And,
better on
no.
board too.
He's not completely winning. He just won his game. Magnus Carlsen, G5, I guess. Yeah, he had seen enough.
Yeah, rook h6, and then mate. Yeah, rook
yeah,
h8 and
yeah.
You
So
you break in, you break through, and you win.